Namaste, angels. I'm here to do a personal reading. This woman, I don't believe ever contacted me at all, other than to ask how I do them and then to send the payment. So I really don't know anything about her. Not that I typically know things about people. I typically don't, to be honest. Because once, I think in addition, people are often eager to talk about themselves, but once in addition to other details as to how I do my readings, that they find that I don't need anything, or I tell them that, I think they're also eager to see like what just comes out without me, having known anything about them prior, like other than the name they use for their email, which may not even be true, That's all I have on many of the people for whom I read. Yet I can read them wherever they are, anywhere, anytime, by His grace, by her grace. Amen. So I'm beginning, speaking of grace and blessings and everything, but with miracles and opening to the golden path. Miracles. Birth, all about starting over, a fresh start, which may have something to do with the day on which I'm doing the reading. In addition to the couple themselves, today is May 26th. It's the first day of the new moon, the new super moon in Gemini. It's all about new starts, celebrations of the new starts. And here we have sort of like Pentecostal dove on Pentecostal dove action, which is pretty beautiful. Celebrating someone's rebirth, perhaps. They had gone through a death, an ending phase, a transformation. They're reborn. We're celebrating that. That's a possibility. Opening to spiritual growth, which is always a result of one of those types of transformations. Celebration back. I'll go one more. It's answered prayer. So all of these cards sort of along the same lines, following like a theme of gifts being bestowed upon one by the universe. And coming to meditation. Overall energy for this reading is fear. And I got to tell you, when I was shuffling them, and I guess I kind of understand why there's fear, or really, I don't really know which came first, like the chicken or the egg, so to speak. But I saw a lot of air cards, the 3 of air, the 7 of air, the 10 of air, the tower, like a lot of pain, heartbreak, heartache, maybe even betrayal, stabbing in the back. So, I understand, certainly from a human or even a humanoid perspective, as to why going forward somebody may, be harboring some fear. The feminine with regard to herself, expectancy. You're limiting yourself in a box there. You're building a box around yourself of like the things you need. Like, I am happy to see all the prayer and wishful thinking and, belief in miracles and stuff like that. But then on a scale of what you want and asking the universe, seeking those things from the universe, you're sort of also trying to like dictate how it gives them to you. And so you're blocking blessings at the same time by, placing limitations on it. You want to let go of those. The masculine with relation to you, love. What a beautiful way to start it, especially after seeing fear and me running my mouth about how I saw like cards of negativity and things. And I hope this makes you feel better. Because I wasn't trying to, bring it down. I was still confident in the reading. The masculine with regard to himself, reflection. So he needs to do some introspection, looking back on his life, looking forward, looking at the present. What does he want? What are his wishes, his dreams? Some things he's been through, what he's learned, lessons learned, from different events in his life. With regard to the union, the masculine's perspective with regard to the union, emergence. So it may have been in the dark. There may have been some difficult times to come through, but rising like the phoenix from the ashes, emerging from the darkness, only light ahead, no more darkness. Overall, tantric union, coming together in 5D, right? The one place of peace and love and happiness that you can always count on, despite whatever else is going on, perhaps in the 3D. And this crossing love, which is really, really awesome. The outcome, inner child, healing for the both of you. We have to address this inner being. Somebody may be an Aquarius too, by the way. Or other air sign. In this, which would explain why I saw those air cards already. Yeah, somebody may very well may be. You're probably like, what are you talking about? Why'd you say that? The stars just jumped out at me, and it's been happening all week actually. The past couple days, 2 days. I'm exaggerating, all week. The past 2 days, I've been when I can doing these readings, these personal readings, and noticing in cards where they didn't really mean anything to me before necessarily, are very prevalent, very prominent now, popping out at me, these stars. And the star in the tarot represents the sign of Aquarius. What the masculine would have the feminine do is surrender toward the end of, working toward the union. Wow. Let go of the fear and everything else that's holding you back from this beautiful sacred union. We have sacred union crossing love. If you just let go of your expectations and stop boxing everything in, let the universe bless you with this sacred union coming together. How very beautiful. The masculine's higher self sending a really awesome message. And then in a row here, the sacred union, the love, and the tantric union. Can it get better than that? Really? What the masculine's willing to do is sacrifice toward the union himself. Listening. He's gone into surrender. That's what you need to do to allow for healing of perhaps your inner child specifically, perhaps the fear specifically, perhaps both, and the ability to let go of these expectations and limitations that you've placed on yourself. He's gone into full surrender, bare before the universe, allowing it to heal him with its light. More star here, by the way, more Aquarius possibly, or air sign. What the universe would have the two of you do or surrender toward the union. Soulmates. And they're all like in a line. Soulmates sitting next to tantric union. Same colors, by the way, in the cards. And a moon here to go with our Gemini supermoon. Okay, these sitting right next to each other. While tantric union crosses love and love crosses sacred union. I asked, could it get any better? I guess it could with one more card. So we could end here, but I'm going to look a little bit deeper. I'm going to go on to angel tarot cards. This is Raphael, perhaps with some healing. I'm beginning with life experience in this deck, which is the Tower with Archangel Chamuel. A significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. It's time to spread your wings. Opening 2, Knight of Fire, who's passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. Life experience. Opening to the Wheel with Archangel Michael, which can represent the sign of Aquarius, because it does, or at least for me, it represents the fixed signs, in addition to representing the sign of Sagittarius, because it represents the planet Jupiter, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. The fixed signs are Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward and fortune is on your side. So that can be what the Tower is about. The Tower doesn't have to be negative. It can be a positive tower. It can be, all of a sudden things begin to work, begin to go our way, and that's shocking. It shakes us up because we weren't expecting it. Opening 2, the Star. I knew I was feeling Aquarius. Happy times make positive, optimistic, long-term plans. You're on the right path. The Star, again, represents the sign of Aquarius, or can be here for another air sign. Gemini, Libra. Life experience of the Tower back, and opening to the Page of Earth, who's scholarly, dependable, patient, and successful. Good news about financial matters. Wanting to do something more challenging, maybe even a new area of study. Somebody could suddenly, with the Page of Earth opposite the Tower, somebody could suddenly be getting an opportunity to go to school or take up a vocation, learn a new skill from another, maybe do some sort of apprenticeship or something. Speaking of apprenticeship, if you're in New York, I do still have for people what was the age max? Because there was an age limit on it. 25, I think. People up to age 25, men and women, of course, or, young men and young women with a GED or a high school diploma. I have a plug into, and a paid internship, sort of apprenticeship on Wall Street. Coming back to the star. Happy times. Overall energy is the Chariot with Archangel Metatron. Chariot representing the sign of Cancer, or maybe other water sign, Pisces, Scorpio. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. This card is a card of victory, movement, moving, perhaps. It could be metaphorical, like moving up, moving on, moving forward. Also about transportation and modes of transportation, modes of travel, planes, trains, automobiles. With the Tower having been here so often before, something could have happened with someone's home. Suddenly you're moving. And again, it could be something good could have happened with someone's home. Like all of a sudden you have a new, place to move into. You weren't expecting this new opportunity to move. That's a possibility. Because the Tower can often be about an actual structure, an actual building, an actual tower. Like representative of a house or something, a home. Masculine is the 9 of water. Your wish comes true, concerns fade away, you have a love of life. Surrounded by the 5 of earth, fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, and uncertain self-employment. As it relates to love, this card also means for me, fear, speaking of fear, your overall energy from the other deck, fear of abandonment. In the masculine subconscious, it's the Queen of Earth who's thoughtful, creative, warm and sensible, and a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. So somebody may be an earth sign or taking on those traits, those attributes. For the feminine, crowning the feminine, it's the 6 of water. Memories from your history or childhood. This could be why there's a need to heal that inner child. Romanticizing the past is also a possibility. And pregnancy. That just came to me too. Didn't I start with birth also? Yeah, definitely pregnancy can be with this 6 of water. The 6 of water also, and that birth can be metaphorical too, for other things. It could have been. That's what I felt it was in the beginning, but it just popped back into my head again when I saw that 6 of water and out came the word pregnancy. 6 of water also like the soulmate past life relationship card of the tarot, of the minor arcana. Surrounded by, and I was already feeling this and looking at it. I saw this 6-9 transposed, the wheel that came through and the situation suddenly moves forward. And I talked about Jupiter and Sagittarius. Well, on 6-9 is the end of the Jupiter retrograde. And when things are expected to get a lot better, at least by me, a lot better for many of us, just all of a sudden a turnaround for the positive where we're being rewarded for our good karma and having paid off, any karmic debt, as they say. Jupiter granting all our wishes and things at that point. You could be among these who is to experience that. 6-9. You got another 6-9 right here. June 9th. So not very far off. That wheel could be coming to pass, to fruition for you. And maybe unexpectedly, maybe you won't be looking forward to it necessarily. And then boom. In your subconscious, the 4 of air, time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. Crowning, the 8 of fire, events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over and many things are happening at once. This is another indication of, things maybe having been stagnant and all of a sudden they pick up unexpectedly. And this can be about communication too, or involve heavy communication. At the root, ego, sitting here next to the Queen of Earth, or the devil with Archangel Jophiel. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, and negative or fear-based thoughts. I think this may have to do, at least for the masculine, if not for you as well, with concern about money, this fear, this lack. A lot of fear coming from a lack of material and or financial abundance. But that being on the mend, on the turnaround soon with these prayers answered. Also feeling bound to your circumstances, tied down, stuck, like you can't move because of this devil energy. It's a very restrictive energy. At the heart of the matter, justice coming your way. So maybe you're due some money from some sort of judgment in court settlement, or something like that in your favor. But it's becoming difficult to wait for it. You're stressing out over money, at least the masculine seems to be. But soon, fair and just decisions come your way, right? More 8. Like the star card is number 17, it equals 8, more 8 here. Do what you know is right and stand up for your beliefs. This is an 8 here as well. This sudden movement on things. So it can be a sudden movement in an area that you thought was stuck, like money. And this equals a 6 too, like this 6, maybe 6, 8, something could be happening as opposed to 6, 9. This could have just been here to clue me in that week or over those days on or around 6, 9, something's happening for you. Maybe it's 6, 8. Next card is upright. I'm going to use it to attempt to clarify the 5 of Earth. 6 of Fire. So victory again, and whatever this is, things will go your way in this regard. This feeling of lack where you'll be restored to some more wholeness. Victory. Good news. It's on its way. Public recognition or awards. And now we officially have yet another 6, 8 here. 6, 8, of course, also equaling 14, the number that represents God or King Osiris for me when he is whole. He was chopped up into 14 pieces when he was murdered. One, his penis, or what they call the phallus, was thrown in the river. A fish ate it. That's why Isis had to make him a new one. She had to build him a new one. And that's why he became 13, right? And death and transformation. Then she made him a new one. She transformed him. She brought him back to life. And he was 14. Yet again, he was restored. I'm going to go on to the romance cards. Beginning with finances and career. So more indication that there may be some worry over issues like this. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Opening to forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Finances and career, and calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Calling in your soulmate. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. That effort, I feel, can come from either side because, again, you have this 8 of Fire, which can be about heavy communication sitting in between you. So it's not necessarily attributed to one or the other. There just needs to be movement of doing the right thing. Calling in your soulmate back, opening to healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, but not just your parents, anybody with whom you have such a relationship as to, be held back in life and or love or both by your relationship with them. You either need to repair that relationship or walk away from it. But one way or another, you have to heal it. Calling in your soulmate back. I'll go one more. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Your friends can be the angels. I know that's who my friends are. That's who I ask for and accept support and assistance from. And I'm specific about the fact that I'm referring to angels of light when I ask for that help. And I often call on exactly, who I am seeking help from, and then say, and any other higher beings of light, if they would like to help me, I give you my full permission to intercede and intervene on my behalf in my life. Coming to love yourself first. So I was just talking about not living and or loving for other people. With the healing families card, this is another way of saying the same exact thing. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And Raphael outside yet again. I don't know if you guys can hear him. Let go of control issues is your overall energy here. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Now I'm thinking about all those moons that showed up before too. I mean, can still be here, at least in part, because of the Gemini new moon, the day on which I'm doing this reading. But maybe they were coming through because of the honeymoon, which is also on 6/9. Maybe that was my first hint. Atop the 9 of water, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Can have to do with the sanctity and divinity of the union. Atop the 6 of fire, true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. And so this was atop, the 6 of fire ended up atop the 5 of earth. That's with what I clarified. And again, the 5 of earth to me is about fear of abandonment and being lost, like, you know, not being able to trust the love. And then we clarified it with this card of victory in the 6 of fire, and now even more so with true love. So it's not the kind of love that abandons you and leaves you. This is the real deal. This is the romance of a lifetime. Atop the Queen of Earth in the masculine subconscious, attraction. You attract romantic love and everything else, you know, that you want in your life, and that you don't want. You can attract negativity and, you know, manifest that too by putting out those signals. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So by the energy of love and a vibration of love, you attract more love. But we can certainly attract negativity and manifest that into our lives with thoughts of fear and ego and, you know, being bound and being trapped and, you know, anything that's negative. So we got to release all of that kind of stuff. Here atop the 6 of water is retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. And atop the 9 of fire is reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So you could perhaps be reconciling on or around 6/9 with the end of the Jupiter retrograde, with the entree of the honeymoon in Sagittarius under Jupiter. Atop the 4 of air is make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So this can be why you need to be restored, why you're in a period of recovery and restoring yourself, restoring your energy and things so that you can get out there and fight the good fight. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Atop the 8 of fire, separation. Separation, crossing, reconciliation to remind us that it doesn't really exist. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. And I think that this is right now and coming to an end, like I said, shortly. And that's why these cards cross one another. Atop ego, and which is really the devil on the traditional tarot. And this false sense of entrapment is healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. But again, not only your parents, anybody who stops you from living and or loving in the way that you want and the person, you know, with whom you want and all that kind of stuff is a relationship that needs to be healed one way or another, either by walking away from it or by repairing it. And right now you're feeling bound and trapped by a negative relationship with somebody. That is with whom you need separation, not your partner. At the heart of the matter, romantic feelings atop the justice. Your feelings are real and worth exploring, and crossing the religious factors again, because this signifies the divinity and sanctity of the union. I'm going to move on to see what the Ascended Masters would add to this, beginning with positive change in Parvati, an opening to energy healing and Merlin. Energy healing. Opening to listen. I think we saw some of that before. The masculine was in a position of full surrender and listening toward energy healing of his own. And speaking of that, health and healing is here with Hilarion. Hilarion now at the bottom. Retreat into nature, says the Green Man. This is how you can open up the flow of prosperity for yourself. The Green Man, all about news of abundance, of the financial, the material, and love. It can be helpful to do some meditation, as this Four of Air suggests, out in nature, like communing with nature, in order to help that flow of prosperity to open up, to become unblocked. Health and healing back. I'll go one more. Twin flame, says Angus. Health and healing back. Mother, wife, sister, daughter, and Lady Nada. Maybe this is with whom you need to heal your relationship. Again, whatever that means for you. And this can also be your inner feminine or the masculine's inner feminine with whom a relationship needs to be healed. Overall energy is open your heart to love and Jesus. The top religious factors is follow your heart, says St. Francis. So the masculine guided to pursue this. Similar to the card which it crosses here, the romantic feelings at the heart of the matter, your feelings are real and worth exploring. So he's guided to do just that. Atop the true love, choose peace. So he may be separating from some sort of energy, a person, actual person, perhaps an air sign, a Libra, specific with the Justice sitting here, or an earth sign, who's been a block for whatever reason, whoever they are, mother, wife, sister, daughter, maybe. They've been a block, and he's going to choose peace with them, but also with you. And come out of the closet, says Amaterasu. This is about taking off the mask, again, crossing romantic feelings and your feelings being real and worth exploring. This is about exploring the feelings, facing the whole situation, and, you know, coming out of the closet about it, standing in one's truth. That leads to the power of joy, as does retreat and the Six of Water, which again can represent soulmate relationships. Atop the reconciliation, spiritual law of attraction. So we put out this positivity. We put out energy welcoming the partner back, and that we wish to be a loving and lighthearted part of their energy. We put that out. That's what comes back to us. Atop, make the effort. If you make the effort, the positive change happens. Again, we get what we give, we reap what we sow. Spiritual law of attraction. Crowning, atop the separation. Ooh. And the Eight of Fire. Is fertility in Pan sitting here next to joy. This could be related to a bundle of joy. I have to be reminded yet again that you had that birth card, and you had something else that made me think about baby. Was it the Six of Water? Yeah, it's the Six of Water, under which under this which this joy card is, or atop which this joy card is, the Six of Water under there. When I looked at that, I thought about baby and pregnancy for whatever reason. So that may have something to do with fertility in Pan. If that's not where you're wanting to go and what you're wanting to happen, you may want to protect yourself against that. If it is something that you've been looking forward to and hoping for, then congratulations. And that could be another meaning for mother, wife, sister, daughter too. The mother and or daughter could be you and a potential child. Here atop the healing family issues, Kuan Yin says let it go. Okay. And this ego trip this devil energy that's associated with it. Let it all go. The heart of the matter, work your magic with regard to these romantic feelings, says Saint Germain. Go ahead and explore all of that there is to be explored in this regard. From the Universal Love Oracle, you got the very last card of any sort of romantic, possible inclination that there was left in the deck, relationship. Okay, we still have this sitting here. So 2 more cards, again, of the same color, just like the soulmate card in the Tantric Union. Now you have these. From the Universal Love Oracle to you, creativity and more moon. So again, this may have meaning for you, and somebody may be a Pisces or other water sign, sun, moon, or rising, and you're to explore your passions, anything any creative outlets that you have about which you feel passionate, especially ones that you put down that you haven't been working on in the, recent past. You need to get back to them. From the angels to the masculine, 2 of air. He's got to make a choice between 2 people. He may be married. Then maybe what the justice is about and what the religious factors are about and what this choice is about. But, based on the spread, it appears that he chooses the right thing. Being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, and pretending there's no problem. You, the king of earth, who's generous, professional, responsible, and practical, a successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered. You have the Midas touch. You could find that you're even offered jobs and things, like the page of earth came through before to tell us that news of financial matters was coming forward. You could be offered jobs and things that you didn't even apply for, that somebody just feels you're right, somebody recommended you or something like that. Just things coming your way, and you're encouraged to accept them. To the masculine, see the other person's point of view. This applies to you. This applies to this person, which I believe may be another romantic partner, possibly even a wife, with whom he has to work some things out, including the fact that he needs to move on and follow his heart. Yeah, we got to look at the big picture, take a step back, look at the big picture, and find out how doing the right thing, this justice that sits here at the heart of the matter, is always best for everyone involved, even if it involves pain in the meantime, like the 3 of air, the 7 of air, even the 10 of air that I saw before, even the tower, as it relates to difficult times and things like that. All these things worth it. And I talked about this in the new moon reading, actually, getting back to what today is, the fact that we'll have to deal with some experiences that may be heartbreaking, cause the heart to crack open, and the universe wanting us to endure those lessons for the sake of being able to later being able to celebrate all the the things like this, all the lessons like this. From the Ascended Masters to you, drink more water, says Oshun. So you may be going through a period of ascension, personal ascension, and need to remain hydrated. Also, if there's anything, again, having to do with pregnancy, you may need to remain hydrated for that too, like on a 3D level. But this is with regard to the 5D level. Masculine is calling in his soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So you guys got calling in the soulmate, relationship, sacred union, twin flame. I don't know what else, but the 6 of cups, just everything. Lastly, to you, from the romance angels, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So again, maybe in getting beyond the fear, it's fear of all of this, amazing love that's coming at you. That can often frighten us, like, oh my goodness, what did I do to deserve this? I had this screwed up childhood. I'm still dealing with inner child and all this kind of stuff. This is too much, too fast, like the 8 of Wands. That's certainly a good time to call upon your friends, like Archangel Chamuel, for example, the Archangel of Unconditional Love, and ask him to help you in those areas. Ask Archangel Raphael to join him to help to heal any areas, any aspects of your life that may have been preventing you from entering full unconditional love and a place where you can both give it and receive it. and they will help you. I hope that you enjoy your reading, that you find it helpful, dear. Namaste, angel.